And good morning, everyone. Welcome to SnowTALK. Several requests for the old school style of music, so I thought I would throw that into the mix today. Let me know what you think. If you missed it, if not, hey, we can always go back to the older style there. But it's time for our check to see, as always, my favorite time of the year. When are we going to get some snow back into Wave Country? And we're in luck. We actually do have our first flakes of snowfall. Now, whether that's going to stick or not, that's a whole ordeal. But at least the first flakes are in the forecast as we head down the road into the extended. So, as always, you guys can comment and chat on our social media pages, whether it's Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, even on Twitter as well. As I mentioned, you can also chat there. If you're watching on streaming, of course, you may not see some of the comments come up. But if you do have a question, that is a spot to check out. Okay, let's get right into the snowboard, where for the first time, I've been able to add a couple of items to the snowboard here. All right, we've got snow showers, which I've got a broad date here on of the 21st to the 23rd, which is coming up again later next week and that following weekend. And then I've got the 28th and 29th. And you're like, wait a minute. That sounds familiar. That's Thanksgiving. You're right. We do have a signal for rain or snow that I don't know if all the cold air will be gone in time by the time we get to that setup. So that could be something interesting to watch. So there you go. A couple of items to watch on this rainy day. I thought I'd give you guys some nuggets to work with. All right, back to reality before we get to all that fun. Rainy setup today, poor visibility. You guys have been used to this now for a good 24 hours. Rainfall accumulation has been fairly solid on a widespread band of 2 inches that fell in the area. This takes a second to load, so I apologize. Maybe it'll pop in while I'm talking. But a lot of 1 to 2 inch totals, but several 2 to 3 inch totals that took place. And we're still dealing with rain falling in the area for today. And that will be adding on, but much more smaller increments to the gauges there today. Well, I thought it was going to pop on, but it's making me a liar. So, well, I'll just move it on. I will tell you that Louisville, now it does it. Now you do it. All right. It's always one in every crowd. 3.01 in Louisville. That's a pretty healthy rain event. We've had those bigger events. We had the heavy rain from Helene in this event, and we had, a decent soaker last weekend, but we've all gotten these big surges of events instead of these little bitty rain episodes we've had. So that's led to, at times, some of those minor flooding events. Boy, it soaked things. I looked out at my pond this morning and full to the brim. The fish wanted to escape. I guess they could, but they haven't yet. So maybe they kind of dig the pond. I don't know. Here's a live look at the radar now. Now you're seeing everything still rotating in. Now we don't have the big blobs of yellows and reds like we had last night. Don't even have thunder in the area. But this is the cooler side of the system. But there are a few sun breaks that try to work their way in on the backside like this of a spin of a low. So you can see that spin right there over, say, Indianapolis. It's a cooler flow of air, yes. All your deeper tropical moisture is ahead of this now, way to our east. But if the sun can come out, some of these showers can grow into height, and you can get some heavier pockets, very much more off and on. In some cases, less than a tenth of a mile, you may drive into one of those downpours, and then you're back into nothing at all for several miles, if not the rest of your journey. So it's very much an off and on scenario that will be around today. Even if it's not raining, it will likely still be some spray being kicked up on the windshield. So still use some caution, but we're out of the heavy rain zone. But boy, it's another good pot of chili type of day. All right. So what about our next system? Well, we know about the weekend. So I'm not going to show you maps of the weekend. Weekends will be fine. Yes, it may be cloudy much of the time on Friday, but for the weekend, we'll improve dramatically. So get your holiday decor done this weekend. Highly encourage you to do that, based on the weather pattern ahead of us here. It kicks off with our next alert day, which will be Tuesday. And this one's complex. I'll show you the close-in view and explain why in a second. But this will be Tuesday afternoon, evening for the potential for some thunderstorms to roll into the area. It's a potent front moving into the Great Lakes and around Chicago. Moves on by, then eventually helps in setting the stage for the cooler air. Here's a broader view of that same ordeal. So you see the warm air being pumped in the southern part of the country this weekend. And here we go with our developing system across the plains of Texas, but also keep an eye on the tropics, because this is the very northern edge of what will be, it's right now it's Tropical Depression 19, I believe, but it will be Sarah, if it gets named. Sarah is going to be interacting with land a lot, so may have trouble with categories for a while here, but eventually the data does roll it out into the Gulf, but doesn't roll it out in a very impressive way because it hung out too long in Yucatan Peninsula, and therefore it's going to be in a very volatile setup and may tear it apart. Good news for Florida, if that is the case. What will happen for us is that its moisture still has a chance to get pulled in ahead of that front as it moves in on Tuesday, and that's where we have the alert day out, because if that happens, it's just a short infusion of moisture that the front otherwise would be lacking to provide for a thunderstorm threat. If we do not see Sarah organize in the Yucatan and stay in that area, and the moisture plume doesn't get pulled into that front, then yes, that front will not have a chance to do much more than just blow the wind for a brief moment. So in that case, we would take the alert day down. So the alert day on Tuesday is kind of iffy, and it's based on the low pressure, the front, and the tropics all lined up and down there to see how they play out. Once that is by the east of us, now we get into the multiple cyclones, or the low pressures that are going to be moving in across the Rockies and then carving out, because there's a block here that happens. In other words, the Atlantic is closed for business. So we're going to get these multiple lows that are just going to carve out this trough and allow for a piece of the polar vortex to then work its way in the Great Lakes into the Ohio Valley, much of the East Coast, allowing for the first plunge of cold air this season. And the question you're going to ask is, can you get snow out of this? Well, it depends on a lot of different factors, many of them being how deep does this spin go in the circulation, because that's where you're going to have your snow showers and flurries flying around. But also got to keep in mind there are going to be systems that will sneak in on the southern side of this little track and could become nice little clipper systems that can be a sneak attack into our area as well. So the snowfall part of that is going to need some more time in the oven to iron out there. Okay, so that's a little bit iffy because we don't know the players in the field entirely yet. We know the big one, which would be the cold air, but all the little pieces matter on any snow chance. But that's the Euro. Here is the GFS, similar on the idea of there being a connection of a front as we head into the Tuesday window. Here's the low here. Here's the front, again, very faintly showing up. And then there's whatever's going on in the tropics. Does this connect right here or not? So GFS, similar idea. And if they can connect, then you can get a quick round of stronger thunderstorms. But again, we'll see. Okay, it moves on by, and then boy, GFS is fast with this. As it's not too shocking. GFS wants to bring in winter by Thursday of next week, while most of the other modeling's Friday and Saturday, if not even a bit longer. But certainly the GFS is like, no, it's gonna be Thursday night and Friday. We'll get these rounds of snow showers that will get established, and we just may hold on to this idea. It may try to moderate a bit. In other words, we may try to get another small little warm spell briefly before it plunges back down again, but that plunge back down again would lead to item number 2 on the snowboard, which would be around Thanksgiving. That's the way it is looking for now. I know you may have questions as we go down the road, but I just want to at least give you guys a quick little snapshot. Why did I have that in there? Oh, yeah, from yesterday. Ignore that graphic. Okay, let's get to your 10-day. And I'll show you that real fast here. And you see we've got temperatures in the 50s in the short term. Oh, I did this again where you don't even see me. You see me, don't see the 10-day. Sorry. It's one extra button I have to hit. I got it today. I promise. All right. We got that dry weekend and warmer too this weekend. Breezy and warmer. You're going to love that. And then as we get into Tuesday, we'll see whether or not we have those thunderstorms that connect or not. And then we'll just place an alert day for the day of change when the front will move in and allow for the chilly air to move through. Austin, will we be getting the snowflake confidence back on the snowboard? Not sure yet. I used to use those Twix bars. I used snowmen, I think I had on there. And then I think it did maybe flakes, you're right, at some point. I'm not sure yet. You guys let me know if you want that or not. I mean, this blog is for you, all right? So you all tell me what items you like to see as snow lovers and what information you'd like to see more of and don't want to see. And then I may or may not listen. Anyway, but hey, at least try. At least give it a try. All right, I hate to run. I got to get ready for the show coming up. I do want to mention as well, I won't be here tomorrow, but I will be here on Saturday morning. So I will see you guys then. Take care, everyone. See you on the flip side.